Man, hey, shalom to you brothers out there. Shalom. Our praises to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Salutations to the 1/3 and the 144. All right. It's your brother Ahmad Gabar. And I'm just laying under my covers right now. Just contemplating on this topic that I want to go into. Because more important than ever, the Lord's been having me just do lessons on the new covenant. That is the true foundation. That is the true foundation. That is the true healing. And whosoever comes to it is brought in through your faith. But anyways, man, I was just thinking about the promises of the new covenant and the promises of the old. I was putting myself in a third person perspective and just thinking about, what the new covenant means to me and just in general, how I feel about everything going on and everything. Honestly, man, the new covenant, the Bible as a whole is like a story to me. If you take a look at Israel, you'll see how the Lord gave us the first covenant, Deuteronomy, the how we were above all nations. You see the story how the kingdom was set up. We fell. The kingdom got set up. It's like it was a constant. We got up. We fell. We got up. We fell. We got up. It's a constant thing. We kept going into captivity. Even the prophets and the judges that was raised up, and the Levites that was doing the Levitical priests offering up those sacrifices, wasn't enough to keep our people on that straight path because it wasn't yet in their mind. See, it's a story that had to be told, and it was all predestined to go that way. So now we get into the new covenant. We see the Lord coming down as a son and dying for the nation of Israel, pretty much for the whole world, for the Gentiles too. And whosoever believe, they ain't gonna die. You ain't gonna die. That's the promises of the new covenant. The promises of the old covenant was only given to Israel. The promises of the new covenant is only given. It's still only given to Israel, but the Gentiles are grafted into that. They're grafted into the family. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we got to understand, man. That's why we can't hate these Gentiles. That's how I feel about it, man. The blessings. So when we compare the two, we clearly see that the blessings and the promises of the new covenant far exceeds the blessings of the old, because even in the old there was still death, there was still sickness, there was still things going on. We wasn't perfect, right? But through the new covenant, the Lord, He makes us perfect, not through our own works that had us fall, keep us falling. It was only through Him, because He's that perfect Lamb. There's no sin in the Lord, man. That's why He had to come back, because He was Solomon, He was Adam, He was Isaac, He was Joshua. You see what I'm saying? He comes in the volume of the book. So He had to come the last time, this final time, and this is the final mercy that He had to humanity, saying, okay, well, I'm gonna die for these folks and give them eternal life. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna restore the tabernacle of David, because the promises of David, the Lord says He's never gonna forsake the house of David. And so he did it for the house of David, man. That those that believe out of Israel will cleave unto this. They will understand that the promises that they were reading of our forefathers, that the man, the Son of God that they were seeing, was the one that fulfilled those prophecies, man. And they would take hold of it, cleave unto it, and believe in it, and have everlasting life. We see that promise of the Spirit. So now you're no longer under the condemnation of death. You're under the condemnation. You're not under the condemnation. You're not under the condemnation of death no more. You're under the spirit of liberty. You're free in the Lord. And I was thinking about this too, because I see everybody out here, and you got a lot of brothers with their positions and everything like that. Everybody got their positions, man. And I'm sure I got my position too. Am I thinking about what my position is? I think it has a lot to do with the new covenant. I don't know what my position is, but I do know I'm an Israelite though. I do know I'm a Hebrew slave, whatever you want to call it, man. We're in captivity. We're being freed in the spirit, but we ultimately being freed in the spirit, man. That's what matters the most. Because you could be in captivity, but if you're free in the spirit, you're free from that true captivity, which is of the law, which is of sin. See, these guys are in captivity to their sin and in physical captivity. And the only reason why we're in captivity anyways is because we sinned against the Most High, man. That's the only reason. See, these nations, I don't really give credit to them, because it's the Lord that brought these nations over us, man. So the new covenant's a beautiful thing. It's a thing of it's everlasting. It's a gospel of everlasting life, man. The Lord restoring the tabernacle of David once again, restoring the house of Israel, the remnant of the house of Israel, I should say, because it's not about all Israel. Not all Israel's of Israel, man. It's about the Lord. He took unto him the remnant out of Israel. You got the 144,000. You got the 1/3 out of every people, tongue, and nation.